Good morning. Today, I am very happy to share the information concerning with the dominating comet of this year, Comet SWAN. Friends, before we move on to the actual topic, Comet SWAN, we shall have some information regarding the grandeur and elegance of sky watching, basically observational astronomy. You all know that astronomy compels the soul to look upwards. From a time immemorial, people have been fascinated to the astounding celestial objects which is perceptible in the night sky. You may be wondering what is absolutely amazing in observing night sky. If you just open your eyes, you will be in a position to see innumerable celestial objects. It can be a star, planet, comet, asteroid, or any other astronomical occurrence. But you will be wondering, is it possible for everyone to see those objects through naked eye? Is it possible? Friends, everything is possible. You all know that sometimes sky is the limit, sometimes sky may not be the limit. But this oldest science, astronomy, will really impart knowledge pertaining to the essence of celestial objects. But today, I am very happy to share information to one such celestial object, that is a comet. What basically is a comet? You might have studied in the textbooks or any other reference material, or might have browsed through internet regarding a comet. Let me not go in depth of the comprehension of a comet. Let me throw light about the basic information about a comet. Basically, a comet is referred to as a dirty snowball. It may be made of ice or dusty object which will be eventuated in the outer part of the space. We don't know where exactly a comet may be originated. One such comet that has amazed human beings is none other than Comet Halley. Okay? This Comet Halley have fascinated man since BC. Since before Christ, people are very much fond of comet. But during that time, Comet Halley might not have been named. Due to the sincere perseverance of Edmund Halley, Comet Halley was named. Is that the only comet we have? Friends, we have n number of comets. To name a few, other than Comet Halley, we are aware of Comet Ike-Isaki. Ike-Isaki has really mesmerized people during 1965. It was regarded as the most stunning comet during that time. Other than Ike-Isaki, we are aware of Hale-Bopp, Hyde-2K, and many more comets. How basically a comet is being categorized? We are aware of short period and long period comets. Basically, short period comet might have originated in Kuiper belt, but long period comet preferably in Oort cloud. Okay. When we categorize short and long period comets, we have n number of comets. Till date, we don't know the exact number of comets that have been discovered. Other than this, what other salient features do a comet have? Let me go one by one. Friends, This is one of the images of a very prominent comet. Why comet has mesmerized men from time immemorial? You know that even though that is a dirty snowball, it has three fundamental parts. Like a human being, we have different parts. In a comet, we find nucleus, coma, and tail. For any animal, tail is very important. Like that, our very good friend, any comet, we prefer it has a lengthy tail. So when you just see to this image, you'll get the idea how astounding the tail of a comet is. Okay, let me just give one information regarding Comet Halley, since it has mesmerized people from time immemorial. The last seen Comet Halley was in the year 1986. During that time, the observational astronomers, sky gazers, astronomy connoisseurs, they have taken flabbergasting snaps of that particular comet. But in 1997, two comets fascinated humans. They are Comet Hale-Bopp and Hale-Bopp. But the topic of discussion in this particular webinar is Comet SWAN. Don't you really think the name is somehow stunning? Comet SWAN. Is that name connecting to the animal swan? Friends, the exact acronym for SWAN is Solar Wind Anisotropies. Whatever image you are seeing in this particular section, that is Comet SWAN. This was photographed during April by one of the prominent observational astronomers. When you just see to this image, you can see a lengthy tail for any comet. Preferably, humans will be very amazed to see a lengthy tail. No doubt, nucleus, coma, they are important. But when you see to the tail of the comet, that will be a very splendid show of that particular comet. As I was telling about Comet SWAN, this comet is regarded as the comet of the year. But this particular comet, this will dominate throughout the year. That is what the information being imparted by some of the prominent astronomers. But when this was sighted in March, particularly on March 25th, by an observational astronomer, Michael Mattiazzo, he was in a dubious state whether this is a comet or some other celestial object. But on April 11, Michael Mattiazzo was absolutely discombobulated that he could come to a conclusion that this is a comet. Based on the continuous observation of the camera or instrument, SWAN anisotropies, solar wind anisotropies, this was keenly observed by the spacecraft SOHO, Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. What basically is this SOHO? SOHO is a spacecraft which was built by European Industrial Consortium, which was led by Matra Macroni Space. It was eventually launched on December 2nd, 1995. Will you believe it or not, this information will be incredible. The SWAN instrument has discovered 12 comets. This comet SWAN is the 12th discovery of SWAN instrument. But remember, the SOHO spacecraft has discovered nearly 3,900 comets. For your information, this is the 3,932nd comet. When this was photographed in April by Michael Mattiazzo, He could clearly observe the long tail, but it was keenly observed that during the end of May, it will be absolutely visible or perceptible to the naked eye. When the observational astronomers started focusing this comet during the first week of May, when you just see to this sky map, this was sighted in the constellation Perseus. As you're all aware of the constellation Perseus, this was very close to that constellation. During the beginning weeks of first and the second weeks of May, for your information, this was visible in the morning sky, early morning, before the sunrise, say during 4:30, 5 o'clock. Many observers could sight this comet. When we just Google the information, we will be in a position to get many stunning images of Comet SWAN. All right. Many astronomical information you need to be aware of. As I said, in the first and second week of May, this comet was seen around 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the early morning, particularly in that constellation. The magnitude, the visual magnitude is very important. Remember, when you wish to see any celestial object, the brightness factor or magnitude play very dominating. What exactly is that magnitude? See, for any object or for every object, there is a specific value of magnitude. For this particular comet, during the beginning week of May, it was around 4.5 or 5. Remember, if the value of the magnitude is positive, it will have normal brightness. But if the magnitude is below 0, for example, -2, -3, -4, then that particular object will be clearly observable to the naked eye. For example, the magnitude of Venus is -4. The magnitude of full moon will be -12. The magnitude of sun will be -26. Since the value is negative, the particular object will be clearly perceptible. But during the first and second week of May, it was around 4.5 or 5. But you will be wondering what will be the current status of this particular comet. Before that, we will try to know many more information. Friends, this is one of the stunning images photographed by few observational astronomers. Fritz Heber, Michael Matizzo, and few other associates have photographed using sophisticated instruments. This was photographed using SWAN instrument only. Okay, as I revealed, one of the observational astronomer, Michael Matizzo, he was in a position to photograph this comet on April 11th of this year. Okay, since then, this comet is gaining absolute recognition. As I said in the beginning, the abbreviation or acronym for SWAN is Solar Wind Anisotropies. This was purely observed based on solar and heliospheric observatory. But now, as the information is mainly focused on the tail of this comet, when you just observe the image, you can see to the tail of the comet. Will you believe it or not, it is presumed that the length of the comet, it is absolutely normal. But we are not based on the length or the width of the comet. We are purely bothered about the length of the tail. The information may be incredible for you. You may be just wondering why this comet is the comet of the year. The length of the tail of this comet is around 16 million kilometers. Don't you think the information is absolutely flabbergasting? That is why this comet is regarded as the comet of the year. I like to bring two or three more related information. During the first or the second week of February, according to the prominent astronomers, they clearly instructed that during this year, 3 comets will be hard to throb for sky gazers. The first one was Comet Atlas. The second one, Comet SWAN. The third one, it was Comet SWAN. Let me relate an information. Comet Atlas, during the first week of April, for your information, it was believed to reach the magnitude -6. The lowest limit was 2, the upper limit was -6. But very unfortunately, that comet started disintegrating. It started creating fragments. The acronym for that Atlas is Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. Okay. Yet another comet, PAN-STARRS, Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System. Those 2 comets would have displayed a flabbergasting show, splendid show, but very unfortunately, it could not display its fragrance all over the globe. But friends, the topic of discussion, as I am strongly accentuating, this particular comet will have the magnanimity or grandeur during the first week of June. It is believed that during the first week, particularly on June 2nd and 3rd, this comet will have its resplendence, absolute brightness after 8 p.m. Earlier, it was visible in the morning sky. 4:30 to 5 o'clock, few astronomers could take snaps of this. But now, we are all waiting for this golden opportunity on June 2nd and 3rd in the closer proximity of the very popular star Capella. You might have heard the name, the brightest star Capella. It is in the constellation Auriga. In that locality or in the closer proximity of Auriga constellation, this comet will be clearly visible, provided the sky should be absolutely clear. Okay? If it is raining or if the condition is overcast, it may not be in a position to capture, but we will try our level best to directly see to the comet SWAN. But just when I tell during the positioning of this comet SWAN in the constellation Auriga, many observers may not be in a position to focus it directly. For that, the sky map is very essential. We will just run through a few more information. This is yet another photograph of Comet SWAN. Friends, I strongly accentuated, you just see to the tail of this comet. How stunning is this? As I mentioned, the length of the tail of this comet is around 15 to 16 million kilometers. Don't you think the information is very, very informative? Yes. On May 2nd, gradually the brightness started improving. It was very much clear that on May 12th, it will come very close to Earth. The distance between this comet and Earth on May 12th was about 83 million kilometers. But friends, Normally, when comet will be absolutely clear to the naked eye, when will it be highly perceptible to the naked eye? When it reaches perihelion, when it reaches the closer vicinity to sun, then it will be clearly visible to the naked eye, particularly in the evening sky. That is why Comet SWAN is also referred to as sun grazing comet. On May 27th, very recently, this comet reached perihelion. This was very close to sun. Okay, the distance between sun and Comet SWAN was around 63 million kilometers. When you just see to this image, during the first week of May, the Comet SWAN was in the closer proximity to the Fomalhaut. When you just see to this image, you will get the clarity about the salient characteristics of Comet SWAN. This is one of the photograph taken by SOHO, Solar and Heliospheric Observatory. When I emphasize the information about Comet Atlas just 5 minutes ago, you can just get the clarity. If Comet Atlas would have been clear to us, you just see to the image. You can get the clear distinction. This is Comet Atlas, this is Comet SWAN. You just see to the length of the tail. Just now I told that the length of the tail of Comet SWAN is 16 million kilometers. Then you just speculate what would have been the length of the tail of Comet Atlas. Okay, we were very unfortunate that we were not in a position to focus or see to Comet Atlas. It started disintegrating in the month of April. But now all eyes are open to see to Comet SWAN. This is one of the images wherein you can just track how exactly comet will propagate. One information you need to know, any comet, if you wish to see, it may resemble a cotton ball. And the main thing one should be aware of that is the path of any comet, in which particular trajectory comet propagates. In a particular month, it will be in a specific constellation, but immediately in the next month, it may move to the next constellation. It will not travel like a spacecraft or like an aeroplane. Please bear in mind, it is not a satellite. It is not a satellite wherein it will have continuous propagation. Okay, so one or the other constellation, it will be gradually moving, not radically moving, gradually moving. So for your information, this is what the path of Comet SWAN presently helpful for the people to locate this comet. All right, as I clearly emphasized in the beginning week of June, particularly on 2nd and 3rd, to see to this comet to the naked eye. But where exactly we need to see? As I mentioned, in the closer vicinity of the bright star Capella. You might have heard the name Brahma Hrudaya, okay, or Vijaya Sarathi in Kannada. Very close to the constellation Auriga, you find the star Capella. So very close to Capella, you will be in a position to locate Comet SWAN, provided the night sky should be absolutely clear from haze or overcast condition. I think this particular sky map will help any layman to locate this particular comet. All right. As I said, this will be visible during the first week of June. We started tracing this comet since April. Few observers were in a position to locate comet, but 90% of the people may not be happy that they were in a position to locate this comet in May. But according to the experts, they have presumed that it will display a splendid show in the beginning week of June. Uh, in the beginning of my talk, I clearly mentioned the distinction between short and long period comet. This is regarded as a long period comet wherein it will have the distinction between parabolic and hyperbolic trajectory. Any comet you consider, it will have preferably parabolic or hyperbolic trajectory. When you see to this image, you will get the comparison. When you see this comet during March, when Michael Matioso first photographed the comet during the last week of March, Comet SWAN was resembling like this. But during the end of April, it started displaying a faint tail. But during the end of May, when you just visualize the bottommost image of the comet, you can see to the long tail. Don't you think this comet will be really incredible comet for this year? We will see what exactly or how exactly this comet will have an exact depiction for the sky observers. Friends, eventually I wish to convince or I wish to convey the information that do not forget to see to the comet SWAN. Till now, the sky condition may not be favorable, but we don't know what may happen during the first and the second week of June. If in the night sky, after 7:30 or 8, if the night sky is highly favorable for comet observation, do not miss this golden opportunity. Finally, this comet will provide maximum interest for the amateur and observational astronomers to see with flying colors. This is all I wish to convey. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.